Upon return or arrival in the Philippines, will you be completing an online customs declaration form or a manual customs declaration form? Watch this video and find out. Hi travelers, Kabayan and Balikbayan. I know you're quite excited for your vacation in the Philippines, but then again, there's one question that you would like to be clarified or answered, and that is, when I fly back to the Philippines, aside from the e-travel card, will I be completing a manual or an online customs declaration form? That is what we will answer from this video. My name is Jamey Aris, and you are watching Jamey Aris TV, where we will talk, chat, and discuss about the recent travel guidelines, protocols, current events, and other inspiring videos that aims to help you as a traveler and, of course, as a Balikbayan, Kabayan, or Filipino. So, with that, let me just simply welcome all our subscribers and all our first-time viewers. Please click the subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed, and I'm inviting you to click the notification bell as well so that every time we have a new video, you will get updated. Now, let us find out the answer to the question I just raised up a while ago regarding the customs declaration form. So what is a customs declaration form? Now, all arriving travelers, Filipinos, foreign nationals must accomplish a customs baggage declaration form, or the CBDF. Now, this will be submitted to the assigned customs officer at the customs arrival area for clearance. Most of the time, this will be after you got your baggage from the carousel area. Now, arriving passengers are required to declare all goods carried and brought, indicating the quantity and value. But then again, the question that most of you had asked me this year is that, Jamey, what are the types of forms of the customs declaration that we now have? Do we have an online registration form? Because we used to have the manual registration form. So let me give you the answer. So as of now, we have two types of customs declaration form. The first one is the manual form that we are usually accustomed to complete once we arrive in the Philippines, and the other one is the online registration form, or what we now know as I Declare, or the electronic customs baggage and currencies declaration. But then again, when and what do I need to complete, Jamey? Okay, so that is something that you will know from this video. So let us find out, because that's the common question that you are asking. What do travelers have to complete? Will it be the manual registration form, or will it be the online registration form? Now, for anyone, okay, for any who needs to complete the manual registration form, now anyone who will be arriving, all international travelers arriving at NAIA Terminal 2, all other international airports in the Philippines, you will have to complete the manual registration form. So yes, you heard me right. So all of you have to complete the manual form if you arrived from NAIA Terminal 2 and all other international airports in different parts of the Philippines. Now, for the customs declaration form, if you're traveling as a family, one customs declaration form for each family will suffice or will be accepted. Now, how about the I Declare, or the electronic customs baggage and currencies declaration? Who needs to complete this? Now, all international travelers arriving at Terminal 1 will have to complete the online registration form within the time allowance that they had given. Now, I'll discuss this in complete details from my other video. So everyone, if you will be arriving at NAIA Terminal 1, please watch my other video about I Declare, so that at least you will know more about this. Now, for the meantime, let's discuss the manual form for the customs declaration. So how do you complete this? I believe a lot of you are very familiar on how to complete the manual customs declaration form. But then again, hoping may this video serve as a review, or for those for the first time will be arriving in the Philippines and this is your first time, to go for vacation after working overseas, may this video be very helpful for you. So once again, for everyone who will be arriving from NAIA Terminal 2 and all other international airports in the Philippines, please complete the manual form. So what will happen is they will give the manual form to you. So all airline flight attendants, they know that they have to give our international travelers the manual form on board so that you can save time completing this on board before actually the plane lands in any of the airports or international airports of the Philippines. So please complete this accurately before you actually deplane. Now, there are 11 steps to complete this. It sounds quite a lot, but then again, it's quite easy because, you've been doing this for quite some time. And even for the new travelers or for the first time traveling back to the Philippines, so this is not as difficult as it may seem. So let's just take a look. Step number 1, you will have to write your surname, first name, and middle name on the space from the box provided. So please just take a look on the left corner of our slide. You can see how the form looks like. Step number 2, please select your gender by checking it and write your birthday in the said format. So the format will be month, day, and year. Step number 3, please write your citizenship and the occupation or profession. And step number 4, please write your passport number, also the date and the place of issue. Easy, right? Kabayan and Balikbayan, and of course, foreign nationals who are watching. Step number 5, write your address in the Philippines and or in abroad. So here for the address, they are asking for both. So you can definitely capture your address for both locations. Now, step number 6, please write your flight number, your airport of origin, and the date of arrival at the box provided. And step number 7, you have to indicate the purpose or nature of travel to the Philippines by checking on the choices. Are you a Balikbayan or a former Filipino? Are you a returning resident? If you just went outside the Philippines for vacation, or you're a non-OFW, so please click returning resident. Are you an OFW? So please check the box number 3. Or are you here for business purposes if you're a foreign national, or for tourism purposes? If none of those choices, please click box number 6, which will be others, and please just specify the purpose of your travel to the Philippines. Step number 8, write the number of accompanying members of your family. And number 9, indicate the number of baggage you checked in and hand carried. So as you can see, there's a space on the form that says number of baggage checked in, blank pieces, and of course, the one that you hand carried. Now, let's discuss this. This is a bit lengthy, so we have 5 items for this. So answer the questions by yes or no by checking the box that corresponds to your answer. Number 1, general declaration. So please read important information. So there's also like an information at the back. Are you bringing in live animals, plants, fishes, and or their products and byproducts? If yes, please see a customs officer before proceeding to the quarantine office. So if no, just check no. Okay? If you don't have any. Number 2, Are you carrying legal tender, Philippine notes and coins, or checks, money orders, and other bills of exchange drawn in pesos against banks operating in the Philippines in excess of 10,000 pesos? If yes, please check yes. If no, please check no. Because again, there is only a limitation of regarding the amount of whether in pesos or in other currencies that we could carry. So again, if you're carrying more than 10,000 pesos, you have to declare it. If yes, do you have the required Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas authority to carry the same? So again, please just answer that if you do. If none, please say no. But if you answered no, if you're not carrying any 10,000 pesos, you are not obligated to answer the second question. Number 3, are you carrying foreign currency or other foreign exchange denominated bearer negotiable monetary instruments including traveler's check in excess of 10,000 US dollars or its equivalent? If yes, ask to accomplish the foreign currency declaration form at the customs desk at arrival and departure areas. So again, your answer could either be a yes or a no. So if yes, please ask the foreign currency declaration form from any customs desk at the arrival and departure areas. Next one, are you bringing in prohibited items such as firearms, ammunitions, and part thereof, such as drugs, controlled chemicals, or regulated items such as VCDs, DVDs, communication device, and salvers? If yes, please click yes. If no, just, check no. And lastly, are you bringing in? Just check jewelries, electronic goods, and commercial merchandise and or sample purchased or acquired abroad. If you do have jewelries, please check yes. Electronic goods, please check yes. And any other commercial merchandise. If no, then check no. So those are the items that you have to complete for step number 10. And once you're done, so please complete step number 11. Please sign the duly accomplished form to certify that all the declaration is true and correct. So this is where you will be signing it. Now, please remember the following. Now, at the back of the customs declaration form, they also indicated this. Prohibited and regulated articles. What are those? The importation and prohibited articles are as follows. The firearms, dangerous drugs, narcotics, pornographic materials, regulated items such as transceivers, DVDs, VCDs, controlled chemicals, substances, and precursors, regardless of the quantity, constitute a violation of the Tariff and Customs Code of the Philippines, as amended, and other special laws implemented by the Bureau of Customs, and may be subject to criminal prosecution and or fines and penalties. So again, everyone, please take note so that you will not be bringing any of the prohibited and regulated articles. Now, how about agricultural and wildlife products? Now, the entry of foreign agricultural products such as animals, plants, fishes, wildlife, and endangered species, and their products and byproducts, or such as meat, eggs, birds, fruits, and others, at this point in time is restricted. Now, failure to obtain prior import permit and or health sanitary or phytosanitary certificate from the country or airport of origin and to declare the same may result to seizure, fines, and or penalties. So some of you sometimes are asking me, Jamie, can I bring this type of plant back to the Philippines? So what I mentioned to you is please just check first, like to a certain department or bureau in our country who actually are processing or giving authority whether you can or cannot. Because again, there are certain permits that you have to take into consideration so that at least when the customs actually check the permission for said plans, then you you know if it's allowed or not prior flying, not on the time that you actually had flown, and that's the only time that you'll take care of it. No, you have to check. But then again, it's better that if you will not be bringing any of this, because again, agricultural and wildlife products are actually restricted. So it's not totally prohibited, but it's restricted. So some may be allowed, depends. As long as you obtain the import permit, some are definitely prohibited. So please just check. Okay, if you will have any, you have to coordinate with the specific department. Now, currency and monetary instruments. So, travelers, kabayan, and mga balikbayan, please take note, Philippine currency, no person may import or export or bring with him into or out of the country the legal tender of the Philippines, such as notes, coins, checks, money orders, and other bills of exchange drawn in pesos against banks operating in the Philippines in the amount exceeding 10,000 pesos without the authorization by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP Circular Number 98 Series of 1995 amending Section 4 or Circular Number 1389 as amended. So please take note of that. You may bring with you as long as it's less than 10,000 pesos, any notes, coins, checks, money orders. But more than that, that will be subject for, just like what was mentioned, you need to have like a certain form because again, it's restricted. It's not allowed for you to bring out a legal tender of the Philippines more than that amount. Okay, so I hope you all know that. And then at least if, for example, you're not aware of this before, looking forward that this is helping you, especially once you also depart, because it's the same thing. Once you depart from the country, they will again check how much money or how much pesos do you actually have. Now, how about for foreign currencies? Now, any person bringing in or taking out the Philippine foreign currency or other foreign exchange denominated bearer negotiable monetary instruments in bearer form such as traveler's check, others check, drafts, okay, money order, bonds, deposits, certificates, securities, commercial paper, trust, certifications, deposit substitutes, instruments, trading orders, transactions, and confirmation of sale or investment in excess of 10,000 US dollars or its equivalent must accomplish a currency declaration form, which may be obtained from and submitted to a customs officer assigned at the customs desk in arrival or departure areas. Again, this is under BSP Circular Number 308, Series of 2001, as amended by BSP Circular Number 507, Series of 2006. So I believe a lot of you, especially the seafarers, right? And other overseas Filipino workers who had worked overseas, especially if the currency is in US dollars, some of you may not have sent it like monthly to your family, and it might have amounted to more than $10,000 already. Because, you know, with the fluctuation of the dollars, you prefer to have it like with you, plain US dollars and not send it through the bank. Now, if in case it exceeds 10,000 US dollars, you may definitely bring that inside the country. But the only thing is you have to have the customs declaration form that you have to complete so that all bills or all US dollars, the foreign currency that you have brought inside the country are what we call declared. Or again, what can you do? What I usually do is before I go home, I deposit some of those amount, some of my US dollars to my bank account and only bring less than $10,000. So I will have no challenges once I arrive in the Philippines for customs declaration. Because again, it's good that you know this so that at least you will not be, you will not take time in the customs area simply because you were not able to declare it. And it's like it's not your intention to actually not declare. It just so happen you're not aware. But then again, now that you're aware, any foreign currencies amounting to more than US dollars, it must be declared. Any violation thereof shall be subject to the sanctions provided for in Section 36 of Republic Act Number 7653, the new Central Bank Act, without prejudice to the application of remedies and sanctions provided for under customs laws and regulations. BSP Circular Number 308, Series of 2001. The amount of duty and tax to be paid shall be assessed by the customs officers. Rates of duty imposed depend on the articles imported. Please have all your receipts and or supporting documents ready for inspection or verification by the customs officers. Demand customs official receipts for payment of duties and or taxes made. So some of you are asking me, like, Miss Jamie, can I bring this number of items back to the Philippines? That's why I often tell you, so if it's brand new, so please ensure that at least you have a copy of the receipt with you. Most of the time, it's not inspected, but should it be inspected, at least you're prepared. Because from the customs declaration form, they actually say that they may, tend to inspect it. Most of the time, it's the brand new because if you're using it already, usually they will not ask for the receipt for that. For example, jewelries. If it's on your body, right? The earrings, the necklace, the bracelet, the watch, they will not ask for the receipt for that because you're actually using it. Unless you have like quite a lot of jewelries with you, that is stored inside your hand carry. Again, they may. They may, they may not. But here it says at least have the supporting documents ready. They're not saying that they will 100% inspect that, but at least you have it handy and ready. If you're asked, you're prepared. For more information, comments, suggestions, or feedback on our frontline office or services, visit us at www.customs.gov.ph or email us at arrival@customs.gov.ph. So again, for any great service that they have given, give them feedback. So feedback is a gift. Should there be any areas for improvement in their service from their frontliner, please give them also a feedback because they definitely will need that as well. So once again, for the customs declaration form, usually there you only need like one customs declaration form for one family. And then what else? And then for this part, there are some important information that they also shared from iDeclare, which will also be applicable even if you actually complete the manual customs declaration form. Now, as per what they have mentioned from iDeclare, all persons and baggage are subject to search at any time. So please be aware of that. And then all goods when imported from any foreign country, including those previously exported from the Philippines, shall be subject to duties and taxes, Section 104 of CMTA exempt when specifically exempted. Number 3, all travelers bringing in goods with a value of 10,000 or below, Section 423 of CMTA shall not pay duties and taxes. So exempted po mga kabayan kung less than 10,000 pesos. Then all Filipino citizens are entitled to a duty and tax exemption for personal effects and household goods sent or brought in up to 3 times the value of which must not exceed 150,000 pesos within a calendar year, provided the goods are not in commercial quantities or intended for barter, sale, or hire. So sa ating mga kabayan, we do have, inaalaw po naman nila, magdala kayo ng personal effects or household goods. Yung mga, alam niyo yung pag-uwi natin, pag nagbabakasyon tayo ng mga 150,000 pesos must not exceed 150,000 pesos per calendar year. As since ang mga OFWs naman po, di ba kung umuwi ay bihira lang naman po yung mga every month or less than a year, mga seafarers most of the time lang. But most OFWs in the Middle East and other countries, minsan once a year or every other 2 years nakakauwi. So, you're exempted naman provided ang dala-dala yung mga items ay hindi yung sobrang dami. Like when you ask me question, I told you na yes, you can bring certain amount of cell phone, like certain quantity of cell phone, certain quantity of items, pero hindi naman yun as if ibebenta ninyo. Kasi once ibebenta yan, they usually have tax for that. Kasi intended for barter or commercial quantities yon. Yun lang po yung sinasabi nila dito. And then each traveler is entitled to duty and tax, VAT and excise, free importation of 2 reams of cigarettes or 50 sticks of cigars or 250 grams of pipe tobacco and 2 bottles of liquor with total value of 10,000 pesos or less, and failure to declare any dutiable goods will be subject the traveler to payment of duties and taxes plus a surcharge of 30% based on the total landed cost of goods. In short, kapag hindi po tayo nag-declare, may penalties po, of course, and fines for that. Now, on top of that, as mentioned already earlier, but they made it a little bit clearer from this side, so I want to share this also to you. The following goods are prohibited: any written or printed goods, negatives, or cinematographic films, photographs, engravings, lithographs, objects, paintings, drawings, or other representation of an obscene or immoral character. Doon sa kabila yung lumang form, ang term na ginamit po nila pornographic. Dito naman ay obscene or immoral character. Ayan, so same lang po yon. Number 2, materials advocating or inciting treason, rebellion, insurrection, sedition against the government of the Philippines. Number 3, any abortion paraphernalia. Number 4, adulterated or misbranded food or drugs. Number 5, counterfeit goods like bags, shoes, and others. So mag-ingat po ha doon sa mga peke. Ayan, pekeng items. So kinukumpiska po yan. Lalo na yung, di ba alam niyo po yung mga branded tapos nakakabili sa ibang bansa ng mga peke. So be very careful about that. Tinitingnan po nila yan. Number 6, goods manufactured in whole or in part of gold, silver, or other precious metals or alloys, and the stamp, brand, or mark does not indicate the actual fineness of quality of the metals or alloys. Ayan po. So, with that, please just take note, offenses that may result to the forfeiture of the goods and or imposition of penalties and criminal prosecution of the traveler or crew, bringing in of prohibited or restricted goods under Section 118 and 119 of the CMTA. Most were mentioned already earlier. Number 2, bringing in regulated goods in excess of the allowable limits without the necessary import permits under Section 117 and CMTA. And then assault, resistance, or disobedience to a custom officer under Article 151 of the Revised Penal Code of the Philippines. And number 4, making any false or misleading statements to the customs officer. So those are the reminders and warnings that we have for all of you, mga kabayan. So I hope this helped answer your questions. And then, ito na po yung pinaka dun sa hulihan nung manual registration form po natin. This are only for custom officials to use. And you can simply submit it after the baggage carousel or once you got your baggage and luggage, submit nyo na lang po to sa customs official. Ayan po. So excited na po ba kayo umuwi sa Pilipinas? So looking forward that all the things that you will be bringing in the Philippines are allowed and you don't need to worry anymore with the customs declaration form. So always remember, only those who are flying and arriving at NAIA Terminal 1 will have to complete the I-Declare, while the rest of you, if you will not be arriving in NAIA Terminal 1, then you have to complete the manual customs declaration form that we discussed from this video. Should you have some more questions, please let me know. Type nyo lang po dyan sa comment box so that I could answer your question. For all who will be arriving in AIA Terminal 1, please watch out for the I Declare video that I'm preparing for all of you. So with that mga kabayan, ako po muli si Jamey Iris, ang inyong Talk TV show host na nagsasabi, maraming salamat po sa panonood. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, click nyo na po yung subscribe button at notification bell so that you'll get updated every time may new video tayo. At syempre, if you find this video helpful and informative, pakiclick naman po yung like at share nyo na rin po ang ating video sa mga taong matutulungan nito na kakilala po ninyo. Sa lahat ng pauwi sa Pilipinas, have a pleasant flight and may God bless you. Again, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video travel vlog.